Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for this tag, which is inspired by our very own Katie Flowers and her VR to a book giving tag over on her BookTube channel. As I was watching this video, I thought, wow, this would be a really great tag for tarot as well. And so I messaged her asking if she had already done a video for her tarot channel. And if not, would she mind my essentially ripping her off? And she told me to just go for it. And so thank you, Katie. I will leave a link to her VR as well as the original BookTube tag. And I have modified this tag to be called hashtag Deck and Witchy Gifting. So 10 questions, let's get started. Number 1, do you gift decks or witchy items? If so, to whom? Yes, I do. In my offline life, more so witchy items than decks, like crystals, or in the past, I've gifted my sister some Harry Potter merch, which I consider witchy. We will not get into the author's crappy behavior of late. But yeah, I consider that witchy. Decks in my offline life, no one is interested in tarot or learning tarot. I do have a couple friends that I've given readings to. And one friend I did, in fact, gift her my cup of contemplation cards as a means for her to do some journaling or, to do some meditation. And she liked the deck, and so that made me very happy. And the same friend I have in the past, say, gifted her a free tarot reading at any time because she usually pays me in edibles. So, and I mean not marijuana or narcotic edibles, but regular food like pastries and baked goods and such. But and I do have another friend who she for a time was interested in connecting with her angel guides, and so she does have a couple oracle decks, but I don't think she is as much into that anymore, and again, not interested in learning tarot and doing any other types of card work. So, but in my online kind of tarot community, yes, I definitely gift decks. If I recall from, say, a video comment or an Instagram comment that a person has shown interest in a deck that I am ready to rehome, I will gift the deck to that person if they still want it. There's also been an occasion or two where I've just thought to myself, this deck really belongs to this specific person. And so I will gift it. Number 2, are you gifted many decks or witchy items? Are they usually successful? And a bonus question that I've added, if they don't resonate, do you rehome them? So yes, I do receive decks and witchy items, not so much lately as I have in the past. In the past, I have asked for, say, decks or books and such. I don't do that so much anymore. And in the tarot community, I have been gifted some lovely items, decks and such. So for instance, this is a deck that was gifted from Dawn Michelle, the Luna Soul Tarot, which was so sweet of her. And this is a deck that I've just now kind of brought out to work with. It is totally my cup of tea, and it's just so soft and pretty. But ironically, I haven't been working with a lot of soft decks in the past months. They've been a little more on the kind of dark, creepy side. I don't know. But it was just a very nice gesture. And she made a matching bag to go with it, which is beautiful. And kind of in the same vein, I've received other beautiful tarot bags from people. I've also received a crocheted Baby Yoda from Sarah over at Sunset Bow Tarot. And I do, in fact, categorize this as a witchy item because Baby Yoda is one of the most badass witches out there. Let's be real. Next part of the question, are they usually successful? When it comes to decks that I've asked for, funny enough, mostly no. So that's why I have stopped asking for decks as gifts. Now, books and other witchy items like jewelry, those are not a problem. But I have realized this unfortunate pattern of asking for a deck, receiving that deck, working with it for maybe a month or two, and then being completely over it. Completely ready to rehome it. And so I really want to and have been working on breaking that habit. When it comes to decks that I receive from my offline friends that are a complete surprise, that I did not see coming, that is 50-50. It's really up in the air whether it'll be successful or not. Luckily, none of these decks are ones that I had already owned, so that's a good thing. But just recently, for this past birthday, I did receive a surprise deck from a friend that I have been working with, and that is the Unicorn Tarot. I have shown this in a past video, and I had no idea. I had no idea that I'd be getting this. I had no idea if this would work for me. It's not usually my aesthetic, and it's been working. We've been getting along really well. So that's a very pleasant surprise. Bonus question. If the gift doesn't resonate, do you rehome it? Most of the time I do, especially when it comes to decks. Now, I am of the mindset, and this is just me personally, everyone's different, but I am of the mindset that I would rather a deck go to a loving home where it is used and appreciated and the person gets a lot of value from it than to have the deck buried in my attic, which is where it would go. Now, there are exceptions. I have kept decks, especially from offline friends, that while maybe I might not use the deck, it still holds some sentimental value. And so those are decks that I will keep. But on the whole, yeah, I do rehome something if it doesn't resonate. Next question. When you buy yourself decks or witchy items, do you think of them as gifts? Yes. Usually around my birthday. If I'm buying myself something around my birthday, I consider it a gift. Maybe there have been a couple occasions where if there's an important goal that I've reached, I might have gifted myself something, but I can't really remember. I do know that for a past birthday, I gifted myself the Tarot of a Moon Garden. And then for a recent birthday, I gifted myself the Sawyer's Lenormand tiles. And I remembered this was an early gift for myself because she only had a limited, Jamie Sawyer, the creator, she only had a limited supply, and I knew I had to jump on it. And so this was a a little bit of a splurge and well worth it. I love these things. Number 4, do you consider used decks or witchy items to be acceptable gifts? Absolutely. I will say for books, I am not a fan of when they've been written in or highlighted by strangers. I do find that a bit distracting, but overall, absolutely, I have no problem with used decks and witchy items as gifts. Next question, if you could receive a gift card for any tarot or witchy website, which would you choose? I would choose Etsy because there are so many creative sellers with well-made, well-crafted items, and it's important to support small businesses. Number 6, gift wrapping, gift bag, bear presentation. I have done all of the above. I have definitely just given something to someone without having wrapped it. I have, well, when I have mailed a deck, say, out to someone in our little tarot nook, I will usually wrap it in bubble wrap because I don't want it to get damaged in the mail. And then, other witchy gifts like crystals and things like that, I have definitely gift wrapped or put in a gift bag. Number 7, can you communicate to others when a deck or witchy item is a lend and not a gift? I feel like in our community, we tend to gift things rather than lending them. So for instance, for decks, we will gift a deck or just buy that person a new deck as opposed to lending one. So I've never been in that situation personally where I've lent one of my decks or witchy type book or item. If I did though, I don't see why it would be so hard to kind of set expectations up front without it being awkward. Just say, hey, I thought you might like to borrow this to see how you like it or to practice certain skill. I don't need it back right away, or I might need this back in said number of months. I think it's perfectly reasonable to set those expectations up front, and it really doesn't have to be awkward. Number 8, have you ever given someone a tarot or witchy ebook? I have not. Number 9, 5 decks or witchy gifts you'd love to receive. I could not think of 5. I just could not. So you'll get, 2? I know, that's really lame. I really couldn't think of anything. And the 1 is a deck, so I would not really ask anyone to get that for me. I would gift it to myself. And it's one that I've actually put on an anti-haul, and it's just been on and off my wish list. I cannot make up my mind about it. And that is the Sassaribito Tarot. I have said in past videos that the 8 of Cups is one of my top cards for the minors. And Stasia Burrington's rendition of the 8 of Cups in the Sassaribito is one of my favorites, like in the top 3. And so I have thought to myself, well, that alone should be a reason to get the deck. And there are other images that don't quite jive with me. I mean, on the whole, the entire deck is gorgeous. I just don't know how well it would read for me. And so I continue to hold off and really think about it. And then the other item, the other gift is a book, and that is the Kitchen Table Tarot. I have heard many wonderful things about this book, and I've been meaning to read it, just haven't gotten around to it. So that is on my wish list. And last but not least, tag people. If you are watching this video, I hereby tag you. So I hope you do participate. please use the hashtag deck and witchy gifting so that I can see your VRs, or let me know if you are going to participate via Instagram or Facebook, and I will definitely take a look. Thanks again to Katie for making us aware of this booktube tag so that we can enjoy it tarot style, and I hope you've enjoyed. So until next time, much love and take care.